This PM Muhyiddin kita ni betul-betul lah mangkuk ayun. Dia dengan para-para menteri dia betul-betul lah mangkuk nak mampui. They can't even read the king properly. Why did the king call the speaker, the AG, semua tu panggil pada palace untuk bahaskan? Because dah panas sangat and there's already a desecration of democracy and the parliament. Parlimen kau tak bersidang, habislah. Then that is already a contravention and the Agong will also be responsible. Now, mereka nak buat nonsense macam-macam. As long as it does not implicate the king, doesn't matter. The point is sekarang ni, at all points, the first time Muhyiddin tried to involve the Agong was when he requested for darurat the first time. Agong said no, remember? So when Agong said no, Agong doesn't want to get involved because there's no need for darurat. However, when the cases went up high, Muhyiddin went to the Agong and convinced the Agong, look, he needs the darurat. The real reason Agong is also not an idiot, Agong also knows that he wanted a political asylum. He wanted there to not be a passing of the vote of no confidence. The only reason why Agong agreed to that, because Agong concurs, as well as opposition, as well as all of us concur, that the country cannot afford to go through another election. Look at the Sabah election fiasco. What has happened? Because of that, until today, it has culminated into us having 17,000 cases per day and over 200 deaths each day. So therefore, that is the culmination of just one election, state election. Imagine we have a general election. What will happen to us? So therefore, because of that, the Agong was astute, granted that darurat because Muhyiddin wanted to hold on to his power. So now, at that point of time, he already implicated Agong. Tetapi apa dia, the charter of that darurat? It is to fight COVID, correct? So therefore, he should have enacted ordinance and implemented whatever need be during this darurat to bring down the cases, the COVID cases. This is what he should have done. But then again, we all know, this Prime Minister has a conflict of interest. Kalau pandemik turun, dah tak ada isu lagi dah, there's no more darurat, he doesn't have support. He doesn't have enough time to buy the kata-kata. So therefore, he is a PM without mandate. So therefore, it serves his benefit also for the pandemic to be high. At the same time, pandemic high reflects badly on him as a Prime Minister. So therefore, he's in a catch-22 situation. Tahu? So, he doesn't know what needs to be done. He's grappling everywhere. But he involves and he implicates the king every time. Jadi bila darurat, orang dah susah, rakyat dah letih, rakyat dah mula maki-maki raja. Rakyat Melayu especially. Melayu bila kau dah benci raja, problem lah. That becomes a problem for the royals. Royals mad. Royals made a strong statement. Royals need to do things to protect the sanctity of their council of rulers. So therefore, they made a strong statement. Even though Agong sebelum tu dah kata dah boleh bersidang parlimen masa darurat, mereka buat tak indah. Second time, came out with a strong punya worded letter from the palace and also the council rulers that persidangan kena ada, darurat takkan sambung. They are showing they are serious. Again, buat tak indah. Third, strike 3. Panggil speaker, panggil semua because they were making statement about, that sitting only in September, in October, bila dah phase berapa. So again, itu dah korang hajak, Agong dah panggil dah. Dah panggil and Agong gave specific instructions to those goons, termasuk Taqiyuddin, termasuk AG, termasuk speaker, semua tu dengar, semua tahu. Tetapi Agong dah buat clear dah, have the sitting, perlu pembahasan. Tetapi their boss is Muhyiddin. Jadi Muhyiddin asked them to find a way. So therefore, they decided to come with a brilliant plan, 5 hari just for briefing to the parliament. Tak ada perbahasan. Of course lah, opposition semua mengamuk because that is not the spirit of for what parliament to bersidang. Bersidang is that there must be challenge, because that is what's required under our democratic principle. That is not done, and they pull stance after stance after stance. Now, with the declaration of darurat, that was done with the Agong. So therefore, darurat is by the power Agong. Agong proclaimed darurat. So therefore that darurat stifled somewhat parliament, even though Agong tak mau parliament to be stifled, but it was used to stifle. So therefore Agong punya hands became dirty handling all these kind of things. So of course lah Agong pun tak suka, tak comfortable. So therefore he's got to put things right. So sekarang ni, all in all, whatever happened, eventually parliament sat. Okay, sit down. Dah buat karut. Agong, all the kings are watching. They don't like what's happening. But bila sampai time, mereka dah decide nak buat apa ni, only hanya briefing, apa ni, penjelasan saja pada all the MPs, and tak ada perbahasan, tak ada vote, okay. Everybody knows, including the Agong and the kings, and everybody else tahu pasal dia tak mau, PM Muhyiddin tak mau be subjected to a test of his majority support because he doesn't have. We all know that. Okay, but the boo-boo, the biggest boo-boo is when now they think they think that they came up with a brilliant plan. Senyap-senyap sneaky bagi tahu 21 hari bulan, oh dah revoke dah ordinance tu. So therefore tak ada nothing to debate. They think they can just twist, and they think Agong is an idiot who will sit around and watch things go that way. So now sekarang ni, kalau dia kata dah tarik, mereka nak tahu whether Agong is in or not, whether Agong is complicit or not. That's what the opposition demands to know. They don't think Agong would do such a thing because they think Agong is a trustworthy punya person. Tetapi dia need kepastian, because kalau Agong pun dah consent and done behind them, then they may even write a memorandum to Agong, tanya apa ni, why do you do that? They need to take the steps. So therefore Anwar Ibrahim did the right thing. Tanya first, dah diperkenankan belum oleh Agong? Tetapi sekarang ni bila tarik balik, they cannot get king to be to be complicit in what they are doing. They cannot. So therefore mereka buat through cabinet, tarik macam tu. And tengoklah siapa law minister. We got a bunch of ulama-ulama lebay-lebay, uneducated people from past handling law. So can you imagine lah what kind of advice PM Muhyiddin gets? So now mereka decide to just cancel without even checking the constitution allows or not for them to revoke the ordinance. They announce this in parliament. Obviously that's recorded in the Hansard. Okay, so therefore bila tarik, opposition pun terkejut, tanya apa cerita. Therefore a lie was uttered in parliament. Bila tanya, Agong perkenan kata, oh tak boleh answer only on Monday. Monday happen to be habis darurat. So therefore by that time kalau kata tak ke apa ke, that means the lie lived on. So by doing this, Muhyiddin and Taqiyuddin and the government expected Agong to be complicit in lying temporarily to the parliament until darurat is over. That is already asking too much from the Agong lah. And Agong cannot sit around. Even if Agong is okay with that, the rest of the rulers will not be. Because the point at the end of the day, there will be deception from now until Monday. Until Monday, kalau tak perkenan, Agong tak perkenankan, that means those darurat is not considered revoked. It has to be debated in parliament. Tetapi by that time, kalau dah tahu pun, sorry, events is past. So wanted to play a slick game lah konon. Tetapi sekarang ni, what they didn't expect, Agong is not going to allow his name and desecrate the Majlis Raja-Raja punya sanctity by keeping quiet. Agong has to do what he has to do. So therefore he clarified, he answered now. Because he's not going to allow them to play games using his name, using the palace punya name. So therefore he announced now, and he's annoyed because at the end of the day, rakyat dengan the whole nation and the whole world is watching, and nampak macam the kings, institution of the kings are being used to abuse democracy and parliament. Therefore, I salute the Agong, tabik hormat habis pada Agong, because Agong decided to do what needs to be done. Any Agong should do what he is doing. And he clarified, and he has just lambasted Taqiyuddin, and he did not mention Muhyiddin, but ultimately Muhyiddin is accountable for all this saga. So now he has stated, basically this is treason. This is treason, and it is a crime. It is an offense to be lying and misleading the parliament. Now the point is, who's going to question? Agong himself says mengelirukan means misleading the parliament by the law minister. The law minister cannot proclaim to be ignorant of the law. So therefore, good luck. Now, this has keluar and I do not know what Polis Diraja Malaysia will do. Okay, I don't know what how they will act. Tetapi sekarang ni, everybody is now demanding Muhyiddin to resign. And news is that even his own cabinet ministers, even his own clan is telling him to resign. Because the point is, the heat is too much. If he stays on, then all kinds of things will culminate, including police arrest. All kinds of things can happen. If he resigns, then the whole situation is diffused and other people can be spared. So therefore now everybody is trying to save their skin. Now everybody wants Muhyiddin to resign. Because if Muhyiddin falls, then hopefully they can sweep things under the carpet and they don't have to account for their attempted lie and deception to the parliament. Whatever it is, all is known now. And I think Muhyiddin time's up. Agong is not with him anymore. Agong decided to bail because this is nonsense. It's obvious to him that Muhyiddin and this government is not out to assist the rakyat. It's not out to battle the COVID. They do whatever it is, even if it means more people die, even if it means the pandemic become worse, even if it means the economy is dead and people commit suicide and people don't have food. It doesn't matter as long as they stay in power. They have shown that, and they have shown that they abuse the trust of the Agong, they abuse the provision of the constitution, they abuse everything just to hold on to power, and they have got no regards for democracy or the constitution, leave alone the Kesultanan, the kings. Agong has bailed, the letter is loud and clear. Armageddon now begins for Muhyiddin, and I think if I am him, the best bet is to make his honourable exit now, resign now. Hopefully in time people forget about him, people focus on the new PM. But again, Muhyiddin is Muhyiddin. He's been wanting to become PM for so long. He betrayed all his comrades. There's no telling up to which extent he will go. So therefore, good luck Muhyiddin. We will just watch. We can buy popcorn, sit back, watch, and I think events unfolding will be very historical, very momentous, and it can even mean poetic justice. Alhamdulillah.